And that's what I said, is just be careful not to be too early at B. Is that ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da? Slightly anticipated. Okay. Can we do A?
So first, we're very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm going to go straight to the point so you can go and rest. Tell me about your violin. What violin is it? How long have you been playing it? Where did you find it? Did it find you?
It is by Guarneri del Gesù. It's from the year 1742.
Oh.
And it has a name. The name is the ex-Lipinski. And Lipinski was one of the great virtuoso violinists of the 19th century. He was a rival of Niccolo Paganini. And in fact, he was the only violinist to beat Paganini in a violin duel. Many violinists tried and nobody succeeded, but Lipinski beat Paganini.
Whoa.
So it's a very historical...
it's a big piece of history.
And it's a pleasure for me to be able to play it.
How long have you been playing it?
I've been playing it for about 4 years. A family in Germany bought it for me.
Wow.
Because the prices of these instruments are so crazy now. No.
What was the violin duo between Paganini and Lipinski?
It was, in those days, even earlier with Vivaldi's time, Vivaldi or Paganini would travel around Europe and they would announce they're here, and violinists could come and try and compete with them. So the violinist would play something, the audience would applaud, then Paganini would play something, and they would measure the applause, who has the most success. And Lipinski must have been an amazing violinist because he managed to beat Paganini.
I've been very intrigued because I have followed your career quite a bit, and the thing I love is your commitment to new music. Mm-hmm. This piece, for me, it was a surprise when I found it. Mm-hmm. And I liked Richter, so actually it was like on the side, it's like, what did Richter write? And it was this commitment. Was the piece written for you?
Basically, yes. I mean, Max Richter contacted me about 5 years ago, and he said he wanted to recompose the Four Seasons of Vivaldi. I didn't know what that meant, because for me, the Four Seasons of Vivaldi, it's perfection. So I said, is there a problem with the original? And he said, no, there's no problem. He said, if we were just listening to it on CD or in concert halls, it would be fine. He said, the problem is, for him, is that the music is everywhere. It's in shopping malls. It's on hold when you're on the telephone. It's in garages. And Max said, I can't listen to it anymore because my brain doesn't recognize this music. It's like wallpaper. So his idea was to deconstruct the piece and write his own version. And I thought that was an interesting idea, but I was skeptical because for me, there's nothing greater than Vivaldi. And then I saw the first sketches and I realized this is really a very strong piece. And I've now played it all over the world. You know, it's extraordinary. But it's the first time in Ecuador. It's the first time also for me. I was going to say,
is it in Latin America? Is it a...
No, we have played it in Latin America, but not here. So I'm very, very excited and privileged to be here.
And is it a premiere for the orchestra?
It is actually, yeah. It's the first time they played it. So that's also very nice.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Have you had any chance to feel the country? Do you have an impression?
I did have, I had an amazing feeling immediately when we drove from the airport yesterday, and you see these hills and these mountains, and you see the green vegetation. And then when you arrive at the bottom of the hill and you look up and you see the skyscrapers almost hanging off the cliff. It's an amazing...
because you came through Guápulo.
That's right.
That is an amazing...
That's an amazing, and we were in Sao Paulo for 3 days, which is, dark and full of skyscrapers, and you don't really see the sky. Here you saw the sky, the colors, and the people, everyone's been so friendly and so helpful. I just wish I could spend longer.
Tonight, because since we're doing this, we chose to do this concert in exchange for donations for the earthquake. Yeah. And it's funny that this is Vivaldi recomposed, because in a way I think Ecuador is going through a recomposing transition. We have found the people. So I would take advantage to just send a greeting to the people, and I thank you that you take the time, because I think this concert should be very comforting. Well,
I'd like to say hello to all the people of Ecuador, and I'm very, very excited and honored to be here, to be playing this concert. And of course, our thoughts and our prayers are with the victims of the earthquake and their families. And, you know, these terrible catastrophes, they remind us that nature is bigger than us. And that's the way of life. But I feel a tremendous energy in this town. And if we can help by giving music to make you feel better, at least for an hour or 2 hours, music is the great consolement. And that's why we're here. So our thoughts are with you. And I have the feeling that Ecuador and the people here are very strong. And there's a very big pride. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Daniel.